Hey everybody. Hey y'all. Hey. It's Yolanda here. I'm just sitting in the car waiting for my car to warm up, y'all. It is 35 degrees right now and I'm on my way to my office. So I wanted to go ahead and record while I'm driving. You guys know I do that often, so I can chit chat with you guys. Hope everyone is having a wonderful holiday season. I love this time of year of like Thanksgiving and Christmas. I'm not fond of the cold weather, but but I do love like family and friend time. I spend a lot of time with friends during the whole year. But this time of year, I don't know, it just seems so special. Y'all like my hat? I had this, I have it in a couple different colors. I went and volunteered at the Salvation Army packaging toys for like 3 hours a couple of days ago. And this lady, I've never had this happen to me, y'all. Let me know if this has happened to y'all, but I had no idea who this lady was. I mean, I ended up being paired with her, and she was very sweet, so don't get me wrong, but she immediately touched my my hat. I don't know if that's an issue with anybody. For me, I do feel like when you're in my personal space and I don't know you, I just I don't know, but at the same time, she was complimenting my hat. She was touching it at the same time. Like, oh, your hat is so cute. But touching it at the same time. And I'm like, you can give a compliment without touching it. Like, you that close to me that you can touch me and I don't know you. Like, I didn't know her name or anything. But that's just me. I don't know. I mean, that's just the same thing as somebody touching your hair. Maybe it's just me. Somebody touching your hair. Oh my God, your hair is so pretty, and they're already touching it, or they will be asking the question, oh my God, can I touch your hair? But they're already touching it while they're asking the question. So they're not even allowing you to say yes or no. But maybe that's just me, okay? I'm guilty. But anyway, y'all, I am gonna head to my office and talk to you guys. Today's topic is going to be about the difference between an appraisal and a home inspection report. So I have a couple of buyers right now, and I have some sellers. I have some people that have their houses on the market. Yeah, I'm trying to make sure I got everything before I pull off. I got my laptop in the car, my purse. Okay, so I think I have everything. So anyway, I have a couple of buyers, and I have some people who have their house on the market and seem to still be getting things confused, the difference between an appraisal and a home inspection. So that's what we're going to talk about today. And y'all, please forgive me, it is sunny, so you will see shadowing while I'm driving. Because it is sunny, so you'll see some shadowing. Oh, the UPS man, I wonder if I got anything. So anyway, okay, so a home inspection. So a home inspection is for your knowledge as a home buyer. So that information is for your knowledge to know what is wrong, what's right, whatever, as a part of the house that you're purchasing. As stated, and I mention this in almost every video, pertaining to North Carolina laws, the real estate laws, that homes are sold as is in its current condition. In the body of the actual sales contract, it's in the contract, bold print, capital print. I go over that in the body of the contract so that you are well prepared up front that homes are sold as is in their current condition, and the seller does not have to make any repairs, but they will consider to make repairs if you ask. So again, you are able to ask for repairs, but a home inspection is a fine-tooth comb or a white glove, if you will, for the actual home inspector that you select to go through the home and give you a list of what they found that may be not up to code, or maybe a fire hazard, or leaks through the house, anything like that. It's for your knowledge. Now, it's also for you to use if there is something severely major, like a hot water heater. So I just had that happen. A house we haven't closed yet, but the home inspector found that the hot water heater thermal tank was leaking. It currently right now has an active leak. So we definitely asked for that to be repaired. There was an active leak. I think the toilet in the master bedroom was leaking down into the garage. So we definitely asked for that. So we asked for several things, but the seller did agree to fix those major things that were major. Hot water heater, that's major, okay? Because that costs a good little penny to fix, and it shouldn't be the next homeowner's responsibility to fix. But again, it is based on the seller themselves whether they're gonna, whether they are gonna agree to fix it. So we did ask for about 12 things to be fixed, and she agreed to 4 of the things. So it does not hurt to ask. The other things that needed to be repaired, like we asked for the roof to be cleaned. The roof was completely had like this green moldy moss thing going on. So we did ask for the roof to be cleaned. There's trees all around this house. And this particular homeowner, like the leaves, all the gutters were full of leaves. And because the gutters were full of leaves, that is making water, when it rains, it just makes the water can't drain properly when it's like that. But she didn't agree to that. But that's something that my buyer is like, you know what, that's something minor. I'll hire somebody to clean them after I move in. So, you do have to have that type of mind as a buyer to say, you know what, I love this house so much, I'm willing to let that go. So, like I said, out of the multiple things that we did ask for the seller to repair, they did pick 4. So 2 of them I've named, the 2 leaks. Well, the other 2 came from the appraisal. So let's jump to the appraisal. The appraisal comes from your bank. So buyers, the appraisal comes from your bank. Your bank is not going to loan you an amount of money if the house is not worth it. So what they do is send out an appraiser that says, determine your opinion. So this is the appraiser's opinion. It's not the seller's opinion. It's not your opinion. It's nobody's opinion but that particular appraiser. Some appraisers are tough, some are not. So it just depends on that one appraiser's opinion that goes out to that house. So they go ahead out to that house and determine the value of that house. So from the seller's standpoint, of course, most sellers do feel their house is worth more than what it is. That's about 90% of sellers. They believe that their house is worth more than what it is. That's just a natural reaction. When you have a piece of property, you automatically take pride in that property and you feel that the value is worth more. But then you have a professional opinion, and those 2 numbers may clash. So the seller and the appraiser may be not on the same. So a seller will list their house for higher than what they think it is, and then sometimes an appraisal will come back lower. Okay, so I'm gonna just give you an example. Say a house was listed for $199, you the buyer offer $199, but then the appraiser comes and says this house is only worth $195. We have 2 options, actually 3. I'm sorry, we have 3 options here. Either number 1, if the buyer really wants this house, and the seller is not willing to reduce the house down to $195, the buyer can bring $4,000, the difference between $199 and $194. You can bring $4,000 to the table out of your own pocket, but the bank is not going to loan you $199 if it's only worth $195. So that's one option. You can pay out of pocket the difference. Two, the second option, the seller can bring the price down from $199 to $195. They're not gonna like it. It's a tough pill to swallow when you're a seller and you really believe that your house is worth $199, and you have to say, well, okay, I'm willing to bring it down to $195 and bring it down $4,000. In their mind, they feel like they lost $4,000. That's what their dispute is gonna be. I'm already bringing my house down $4,000, but it's not. This is the thing. Sellers have to understand that it's not the buyer who is requesting for the dollar amount to come down. See, the buyer offered the seller $199. The seller wanted $199. The buyer offered $199. The bank who is preparing a loan for the buyer is asking for the amount to be reduced. But sometimes the sellers cannot separate that and they take it out on the buyer. Okay? Sellers, you have got to stop putting or placing blame on the buyer and saying, well, I reduced it down for you, so I'm not doing any repairs because I reduced my house down for you. Y'all, I hear that all the time. Sellers, it's not the buyer who asked you to reduce the price down. In order for this buyer to get this loan to even purchase your home, the bank is needing you to reduce it down to the actual appraisal value by the licensed, certified, professional appraiser that went out and determined the value of the home. Also, an appraiser, depending on what type of loan you have, whether it is an FHA loan, conventional loan, or a VA loan for a veteran, each type of loan has their own restrictions, requirements, stipulations. So it just really depends on the loan that the buyer is getting. FHA and VA are a little more strict, okay? They are backed by the government, okay? So y'all know, with the government, you're going to they're going to go through it with a fine-tooth comb, okay? So, for instance, FHA and VA, a property that when you're starting to look for properties, I would strongly suggest that you make sure you look at properties that are a little bit newer, okay? Because the older homes, those are the ones that are going to pop up with problems, because with a VA and an FHA loan, you cannot have any peeling paint, rotted wood, rust. The appraiser is going to take pictures of what has to be fixed in order for them to grant you the loan. So with the situation that I have right now, yes, the buyer, we asked for the 12 items. Now my buyer is a VA. She's a sergeant in the military. So this is a VA loan, veteran. This appraiser found rotted wood, and they found peeling paint in several spots, as well as the home inspector. So the home inspector also took pictures of this same stuff as well. So we kind of knew up front. Thank God, myself and the seller's agent, we are both experienced agents. He's been in the business for 12 years, I believe, 12 or 11 years, and I'm going on 13. So we knew, we both prepared. I prepared my client and he prepared his client that this might come up. Peeling paint on the house, because it is an older house. I think it was built in like 1975, somewhere like that. But it is such a nice home. It's a split level home, updated. It's a beautiful house, but it was built in 1975. So just from the home inspection report, I knew off gate the appraiser was going to find these same things. So the appraiser has to go back. So now the the seller has to fix these things. So in order for the loan to keep moving forward, the seller has to agree to fix the things that the appraiser, so they don't have to do anything for the home inspection, okay? So they don't have to do anything with the home inspection. But the appraiser, if you still want to get your home sold, sellers, if you still want to get your home sold, you have to go ahead and fix the things that are required by the bank. So that's the difference between my home inspection and an appraisal. The home inspection is basically for the knowledge of the buyer, but it can be used as a tool to ask for repairs. An appraisal is the value determination that stems from the bank, and any repairs that need to be done must be done in order for the buyer to go ahead and purchase your home. So the seller has now agreed to fixing all the paint, the peeling paint, rotted wood, and then the two things off of the actual home inspection report, which were the 2 leaks in the home. So we will be closing at the end of this month, and I'm super happy we were able to work it out. And that's where it is, guys. You know, I have some other people where I'm representing the seller right now, and you know, I have one right now. The seller still is not understanding the difference between the appraisal and the home inspection. This is the same thing. The buyer side is asking for several repairs as far as the home inspection. But today we're still waiting on the appraisal report. So the home buyer, the person who's trying to buy the listing that I have where I'm representing the seller, they've already submitted a list of repairs that they would like done, but we have yet to receive the appraisal back. So we don't know if the appraiser is going to, you know, they got a conventional loan, so it's not as strict as the VA and FHA. This is a conventional loan. So we don't know right now if the appraiser is going to have my client. This is also an older home built in 1978. We don't know. So my client and I, we're not going to respond to any repairs on the home inspection report until we get the appraisal report back, okay? So the appraisal report is supposed to be back today, so fingers crossed, because my seller right now, he is willing to fix some things. He's already agreed, just, you know, conversation between him and I, he's already agreed to fix about 5 things on the list, but we also need to know what the appraisal says as far as the value of the home, and things like that. So I hope you guys, you know, enjoyed this talk, this chit chat while I'm driving to my office. Hope you understand the difference between a home inspection and an appraisal a little bit better. Drop a comment down below if you have any questions, and I will see you guys in the next video. So I am Yolanda Hayes with Wilkinson ERA, and I service, if you have not watched any of my videos, I do service the Triad, Winston-Salem, High Point, Greensboro, and parts of Greensboro. I don't go too far into Greensboro because it is an hour, because I'm in Lexington, guys. So the beginning parts of Greensboro, like Wendover, probably about the furthest I'm going. And then I'll refer you to an agent. I do have several friends, several colleagues that are out further into Greensboro, going into like Burlington and Whitsett area. So I do refer those out to awesome agents. So and I'm still typically involved if you have any questions for anybody that's a referral. And I also do the Charlotte market by referral only. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for riding with me, and I will talk to you guys. Have a great day and Merry Christmas.